going on, everyone? Oh, you should be pumped today. Did we get big alts right as a community yesterday? Hell yeah. And you know why? We're the best. And you know what's happening? It's pumping. And you know what we're about to do? The intro. I will see you in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Welcome everybody to Thursday Market Open. My God, that's a real one. I stuffed it up, guys, and I was having so much fun too. I was saying good morning, and I was saying, what about this ADA? 165. I got so carried away. I had this whole spiel going on. I've got text messages hitting my phone. Anyway, how is everyone going? We were correct as a community about the big alt season. I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good. Dot had about $2 slice of pie in it yesterday. ADA coming through with the real goods here, though. The movement is occurring. What's going to happen after ADA has its big move? Dot's going to have its move. What's going to happen after that? Crazy crap coins are going to start moving. And then the big cycle comes back to the old BTC. And we get back inside the BTC waiting for the 65 plus breakout. Is it happening to plan? Yes. Do we have problems moving forward? I think so, because things are still looking very hyperactive. The Doge has been stopped in its tracks. Look at the Doge. The Doge has no more food. It's waiting for Elon to feed it. Guys, there's no food for Doge. Oh, I have no pen. Things are breaking on the stream. Things are breaking on the stream. Let me just quickly load up Epic Pen. Epic Pen is the program I use. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let me just readjust here. There we go. And we'll readjust this up so you guys get better view. Very good. All right, we should be good. So the Doge is just sitting here. It's floating around. Bit bored with this one at this stage. Unfortunately, I do expect it to hover for a little bit. I still think it's a buy the rumor, sell the fact. That's the way I'm kind of feeling about that one. XRP had a nice breakout as well in it yesterday. But really, I think it's all about ADA. Big bang, smashed through the 155, cleaned it up. Had a little bit of a problem with the 147, which makes sense. 147 was the previous peak, and the previous peak, that's going to be the key level for people to get through. And now we're sitting close to the 170. Now, it's all about market capitalization size. It's all about ratios. As we've said again and again and again on this channel, don't think about price so much, though $2 would be a big price point for Cardano. Think about market capitalization compared to other things and ratios. If we go out and we click over here to BTC Ethereum Binance Coin also maybe a little bit of a sleeper still here, and Binance Coin could go very, very soon. Cardano now 52, almost 53 billion. Where's the next step for it? I'm thinking 70 to 80 billion dollars. Guys, what do you think in the community? Let me know right now what you think about this. Truly Messiah says, give him your meme Doge nuts. Okay, not sure what you mean there, Truly Messiah. Waiting for Square earnings, says Glenn. Oh, I'm terrified, guys. All of these stonks, the stonk earnings are bad. The stonk earnings are bad. Let's have a look here what people were talking about. Your lips are moving, but I can't hear what's coming out of your mouth, says Mr. Philco. So Dojalot says muted. He's talking to himself again. Well, I don't mind talking to myself. Sometimes it's good. Binance to $3,000, says Triple T Rocks. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. So you're talking like a 400 billion plus valuation. Well, I'm not sure about Binance Coin going that high, but yeah, look, it is all about ratios. And of course, Polkadot's a little bit too far behind now. So I do expect Polkadot to be one of the ones that starts firing over the next 24 to 48 hours. Once they've now cleared through 40, let's actually have a look at these things. Let me load. Where are we? What are we doing here? Oh my God. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Let's get out of that one. We're not on the right one yet. We're still not on the right one. There we go. ADA. So look, this has had a breakout. I still think it's got more in it. But of course, after a breakout so big as this, it's really just, if you're not in it, you're not in it, and you've got to go look for the next one. Remember, guys, there's always another opportunity. I think what this market should be showing you is that if you missed out on stonks in January, if you missed out on the crazy GameStop spike, if you missed out on whatever the hell that thing was the other day, MBIS or whatever people were trading, I can't remember. There's always another opportunity. Don't be the pleb that gets stuck into something at the wrong price. Never be the pleb. Be the big brain on this channel that we're all about. 629 big brains out there right now in the community that we are all about trying to get in and to recognize stuff before it happens. That's what it's all about. It's all about that. It's about nothing else. Nothing else. Whoa, got a new member coming in here. Mike could not stay away from getting his rocket emoji. By the way, members, what do you think of your new emojis? I've got another selection for you that I may show throughout this stream. Mike, welcome to the Diamond Hands community. Thank you so much for joining. It looks like you're a first-time member. Appreciate the support. That brings us to 169 Stonk Squad Diamond Hand and Day Trader members. We're getting close to the 200, guys. Thank you so much. Remember also to sync your Discord with YouTube. That will work very well. All right, so ADA's move. Let's talk about DOT because DOT is the next one on the list of movements. ADA's had its fun. It's going strong. DOT is next. So $38 came back retested. Now it's going back for the 40. We see that little bit of a break. Let's just quickly go down here to the 4-hour, 8-hour time frames, the most important time frames. 40, 50 was the previous one. I think it's kind of already broken through, but let's have a look at the 8-hour. What is this? Why the hell did I get that alert? I swear, TradingView better update me properly. I do good things for them and they're not give it. They keep sending me little weird alerts today. So here's the big candle that came out over the last. Wait, is that even correct? Is that what happened? 34 into 40? Yeah, that would be correct. So we're getting close above the 40 here. I think this could be quite explosive. In fact, I think DOT could quite easily get another $6 on it. So we could be looking at around a $6 movement here on DOT to plus new highs, maybe $48, $50 on DOT. You know my target's 50 here. So if my target's 50 on DOT, it's getting high. We've had that Cardano move. Does it make sense for the DOT to start moving? It does. It's also above the 40 support resistance line. See this? See how it closed above? Closure above equals confirmation for the next move. What do you guys think about old DOT? Jassa says, Tom, any cryptos still worth entering? There's still, opportunity in the crypto market, but I think everyone better not get the euphoric eyes on because I saw something scary today. I picked up my phone. I looked at it closely and I went, dear God, no. Bloomberg. Which one should you buy? Bitcoin or Ethereum? Here's an article explaining why you should buy each and invest. It had the word invest in. You know I hate that, guys. When the mass media starts spamming out the Bitcoins and the Ethereums to me and they're sending them to my phone, you know it's bad. It's getting close. I repeat, it's getting close. But we must see euphoric runs that make everybody believe that we're in the next .com bubble. But it's not even a bubble. We don't even talk about bubble. We just talk about the sweet gains that can never be stopped. The technology. Remember that meme, I'm in it for the technology. That is what is going to happen. And then we will see, unfortunately, what I believe will be a collapse for some time with a great resurgence later on. Now, you guys may disagree with me, but that's our plan. That's the way we're thinking about it. Let me put it into graphical form for you. I will use two. We'll use the rainbow. We're not there yet, okay? The rainbow is one fairly decent method of following BTC, okay? But then we have, not this one. Not this one. Where is it? Must be over here. No, that's for later. I've got so many links here, guys. There it is. Then we have something like this, the halving ones. Remember, most bull cycles, most bubbles end in a euphoric movement. 2012, I was around. Euphoric movement. I remember it well. That $1,000 move all the way back to $200. That's what happened. 1,200. Then, of course, the rest is history. Then in 2016, 2018, people say, oh, it's different this time. Oh, you know, Tom, it's different. No, it's not different. There's just more money being pumped into it. It's here to stay, and this is legit stuff in some of these coins. But you've got to be careful what you end up holding because there can be some bad times. People got to remember there's bad times in crypto and great times in crypto. Again, my opinion, you may totally disagree with me and you say, I'm in it for the technology, it's never going to stop. Look at that. Even since we've started talking here, DOT has just cranked 50 cents into 41. People moving into DOT, dumping the ADA a little bit. I'm not scared about ADA, but I do think DOT is probably one of the other extras. Let's just quickly read here. Mr. Buff says, lol, no BS here. Good. CS says, ADA. Okay, that's good, CS. I like it. A lot of ADA. Ismail says, DOT, exclamation mark. That's right. DOT's moving. You guys made it move, not me. Of course, educational advice only. Marvin the Martian, thank you very much for putting the Discord link in. Come into the public community, guys. Join up. Tom, any crypto? Yes, we've done that one. I was basic member before. Not sure what happened and why it shows I'm a new member. Who knows, Mike? Who knows? YouTube is wild. YouTube's crazy. The memberships don't even work. The emojis barely work. But we're making it work here on YouTube. And I tell you, if someone out there is out there from YouTube, please fix your emojis, guys. We need GIFs. Make your chat more interactive. We want fun from Twitch over here. Big Dipper joining the Stonk Squad. Thank you so much, Big Dipper. Appreciate your support. Mr. Filco says, Link still with room to run. Absolutely, but you got to remember, Link, let's just go over to Link. It hit $50, man. $50. That's a big play. That's huge. That's a big genius movement, and I'm very happy with it. But I still think that Link does a little bit of consolidation. People move into the other big alts, then they move into the crapper coins, then they come back. Remember, there's the 4 steps of service? Yeah, we'll call it the 4 steps of crypto service. Number 1, BTC. Number 2, Ethereum. Number 3, big alts. Number 4, crap coins. CCs, okay? CCs. And this is where fortunes are lost and made. Call it crap coins, call it penny stocks, call it penny coins. I don't care what you call it. There's very large risk, still risk, slightly less risk, and still quite a lot of risk. But you know what I mean. There's even more risk in the CCs. The crap coins have way more risk in them. Anyway, let's go through all of these. We've got ADA, the breakout's good. It's come down a little bit here. We've got DOT kind of trying to do its thing. We've got Ethereum struggling around the 3.5, makes sense. We've got BTC right on resistance. So look at this BTC. 8-hour chart is going to show us the way. I love it. I don't know why that thing's doing that. 8-hour chart is going to show us the way. We want a closure above this zone, 58,000. Give us the close, damn it, on the 8 hour. We've got too much time still to go. Where is it? Where are we? What? If you're doing analysis, what the hell? Oh, man. TradingView, seriously, guys, if you're out, TradingView do not deserve money today. I'm very annoyed. They didn't upgrade my premium properly. That's why I can't get the 8 hour chart. We can't use 8 hour charts today because they've done something wrong. I'm very unhappy with them. All right, XRP will go over here. It looks like we've got no 8 hour charts for the session. Very annoying, frustrating stuff. I'll send them an email after this. Here goes the daily for XRP. You can see what we need. Little closure above here. That's going to then signal that we can move back to the 2. So it's not over for XRP. It just needs to break through that point. That will be awesome. Then we come round here to Uniswap. It's still hovering. So this is kind of the problem that I had with Chainlink now. Uniswap had that move up. It was ahead of the news event. Buy the rumor, sell the fact kind of concept. It's now consolidating after that move. Is it crashing? No. Is it consolidating? Yes. I think Link will also consolidate around that time. That's the kind of thing that I'm thinking will happen there. And then, of course, you've now got the altcoins. So what little altcoins are interesting? Is it something like VE Chain? And by the way, you Talcoin psychos out there, my goodness, you guys are dancing. TTT, you there? I want to see some serious donations coming in, TTT. You must be rich, man. My God, the Talcoin's coming. It was going crazy before. I was like, oh, it's so good. Talcoin was spotted by the community members here, and it was phenomenal. And I don't know if it's still going. I'll have a look at it in a second here. But this is VE Chain. Not a bad crypto. Still a big alt, but a little bit smaller. It's got the opportunity here. 2222, 22200. This price, somewhere around that zone. I'm looking for a closure. Of course, 8 hours would be my preferred time if I could actually click it, which I can't, which is really, really annoying, as I said. That's all right. Use Webull. No, I'm not going to use Webull. XLM on Webull. Oh, yeah. XLM is an interesting coin. Let's have a quick look around there. Ran up a little bit, it looks like, off that news. Look, XLM is cool, but it's like a bygone era in some ways. It's like a bygone era. So when we think about XLM, do we really go, oh, yes, I love this coin? Not as much. There's not as much development news, as much sweet kind of hype and anticipation. You kind of want to be in these coins where people are excited to be in the coin. They're excited for the announcements, that type of stuff. They're excited for the Talcoin. Oh my God. Look at it. I mean, we were talking about this thing. Where the hell were we talking about this? Triple T, where did you bring this up? You brought this up down here, if I remember rightly. 0.02. Triple T. Sitting here with his little pen out. He's drawing his TA. He's like drawing these boxes and stuff. And then he sees his break. And he goes, I'm already in it. But hot dang, I feel good. Then he gets his other break. He feels even better. Other people from the community seem to stack into this Talcoin. Random announcements come out. I saw in the community today, you guys were sharing Talcoin. You were saying it's coming to Australia. I don't care, but the thing is, announcements are good. And now we're at 0.04 into the 0.048 kind of zone. It blew past even my expectations. This thing was crazy. And very impressive stuff here on the Talcoin. Is it over? You would have to think the move is over. Why? Because this smells of blow off. Check it out. Movement up to movement down. 37%. Community, what is this? Is this a blow off, guys? Yeah, I think it might be. Let's go down to a 15-minute chart. I'm not saying the coin's not good, but this is the type of thing that happens after it goes so crazy and then it dumps off. For any new viewers, this is what we call a blow off. Effectively, it will go back to between a 61.8 and a 78.6. It will then most likely fail again, come down, make a new low, and then consolidate. And that is what happens at the end of a glorious run. And boy, oh boy, was it glorious. Stops just before the 50 like a sneaky, sneaky Wall Street person would. And then it blows off. Looks a little nasty to me. Maybe you love the coin, but it looks a little bit nasty to me. Is Talcoin good? No idea. I don't know at all. I'm just using the TA on this, and we saw it, and Triple T loved it so much, and there were some great technicals. I mean, this one in particular was incredibly good. You had resistance, resistance, resistance with the breakout. That's an ascending triangle in anyone's matter. It was getting through the 0.02. There was a good chance it goes to 0.03, and it belted the 0.03. It just went, yeah, straight through. It didn't even give you time to take profit. It was so fast. So very impressive stuff, but I do think that that thing is going to struggle at this point. So if you're in Talcoin, you make your own decisions, obviously, guys. Kind of looks like a blow off to me, though. Looks a little bit nasty. All right, we've got another. What's this? Crypto pump, Tom pump, trading view dump, says Stan Lee. Yeah, trading view's doing me bad today, guys. It's doing me bad. They should roll. It's not that hard. Just roll the thing. And then when we can roll the thing, it gets much easier. Conscious has super chatted $1.99. BAT ADA Algo. BAT. What's BAT? Let's have a look at BAT. BAT US dollar. Okay. Done well. This is a 15-minute chart. Okay. Yes. It's broken out. I mean, percentage-wise, not that much percentage into the peak. How big is this thing? Basic attention token. BAT. 137. Market cap, 2 bill already. Full dilution, pretty much the same. Okay. Big break in February. I don't really know what this thing is. I can't remember it from even back in the day. Didn't interest me back then. Maybe it's good. From the TA perspective, it looks okay. Okay, it looks all right. I'm not thinking that it's that great compared to what we've seen in some of the other coins. We just did to the top, the 160. You had about 22%. Has it broken the previous peak? Yes. Is this technically a buy? Yes, it is. But is there other cryptos? Potentially. BAT doesn't look bad. From a chart, it looks fine. You've got your trough, you've got your peak, you've got your high trough, you've got your breakout, and that makes it already decently strong. But I still think there's some other coins that are better. I mean, look over here. Look over here. Okay? Since we started the stream, DOT is already up $1.30. Okay? $1.30. To put that in perspective, DOT is up 3.56%. Let's go to 46, 14%. Let's go to 48. It's around the same. Would I rather own DOT or a Guano BAT? Okay, I'm not sure if I want to own the Guano BAT. I'm just joking, Conscious. I'm not sure. But yeah, ADA is good. We know that looked good. BAT, I have no idea. And Algo, maybe we'll have time to look at that very, very soon. We'll have a look at that one soon. Lucian put some BAT logos in there. I like that. Dr. Drew is smart. Brave browser coin. BAT is amazing use case coin. Brave browser. So wait, it's not the one I was looking at? Brave browser. What is this thing then? Another BAT. Or maybe it is. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Obviously, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. But I, again, am just looking at the pure charts, and I still think the percentages make sense to some of the others. Anyway, let's go through the rest of the markets here because we have Super Stonk Thursday, okay? Super Stonk Thursday. Let's go over to the most important thing here in the stonks, which is the earnings reports. Oh my God. Moderna, Square, Roku, Peloton, AMC, Cloudflare, Beyond Meat, Dropbox, GoPro. Who cares about GoPro? But Datadog. It's all happening at the close of the session. We'll have to have a look through quite a few of these. Peloton is getting just destroyed. Did you see yesterday the news? Or was it the day before yesterday? Peloton have to return and bring back a lot of their treadmills. This thing is going to get busted, and it is not looking good at all for it right now. Dr. Drew Humpy loves BAT, guys. Remember when somebody ate a bat, there was a crash. Lucian. That's kind of funny, but bad. That is true. That is true. Bats are not connotated with good things right now. We don't like the bats. Okay, so how did PayPal do? Let's have a look at the pre-market quickly as a community. Let's check it out right now. We'll quickly scroll over here. Okay, we're going to click on Screener. My God, I haven't looked at it yet. We're going to click on pre-market. 4.19%. PayPal doing good. Look at Square. Look at it. Oh, Square's getting a little bit excited. I'm still terrified. I'm terrified of the earnings of the stocks. But look, PayPal obviously did well. I actually should have read their report by now, but I've been so busy all day, I haven't had a chance. I'll read it probably after the stream. Community chat, what did you guys think of the PayPal earnings? Was it good? Was it bad? I have to actually read it. I really need to read that stat. Square's 2.13%, so it's looking like it's getting a little bit excited for the day. And I'm excited for you guys just to see what happens to some of these stocks, because it's going to be very fascinating stuff. In the bad side, BioNTech, that's actually been selling off very slowly, but slowly grinding down. Maybe a bit of loose lips there on obviously what is a bad earnings report or something else that's going on here. Moderna down 9%, not good earnings there. Twilio down 5.61%. Wow, that's bad. So that one didn't come through. Nasty Teladoc, 0.63% down because that busted through 170 and it's been all over. Back to the 150, I feel, for that. And then you got CrowdStrike and others. I'm still pretty worried about Cloudflare. I think that people probably should have been looking at the charts a bit more closely on Cloudflare. We'll have a look at it as a community very, very soon at that. But let's talk about some of the things. Now, I had a question before this, and it was about after hours, pre-market, aftermarket, all of the different markets. What the hell does it mean? Pre-market means very little. Pre-market, sometimes you might smell like a very good opportunity. Like the other day we had BTC and it was up 5% and Square opened up 0.3% in the pre-market. Now, to me, and I mentioned this on the stream, to me, just being, just a pleb out there looking at the computer screen, I was thinking, come on, guys. It's worth more than 0.3%. The retail community will at least buy it up because it does trade with BTC a little bit. 0.3% up, no big news, nothing negative in the market. Guess what happened to Square that day? Square ended up 3.5%, okay? Or maybe it was 4%. It had a great day. It had a great day. Can we do GME? We can do GME only, but not because you're spamming, all right? No more spam, sir. Otherwise, you will get spammed out. So Square here, 3.5% on that day. So remember, the pre-market is more of an opportunity for us as traders to have a bit of fun, to find opportunities, but not to get involved in the hype. You want to be finding opportunities other people aren't looking at. Don't buy a stock that's up 50% in the pre-market because you think, oh, what a great deal. It's probably going to get dumped as soon as the market opens, okay? But if you see something that you think is a mismatch, the opportunity is there. Is any of the pre-market action mean anything? No. It means very little in my opinion. If you see the US 100 floating around, doing its thing, going up and down and all crazy, I don't think it means that much. The only point of futures, because remember, futures is like fake news. The only thing about the futures that's important is going to be the last couple of minutes after the close because they're still matching off positions. So sometimes you will see in a decent crash, you'll see a pullback near the end of the day and then it will dive straight after the market, okay? And when it does that, that's actually a signal that things are not good, especially if it does it a couple of nights after each other. Because what that shows to me is that Wall Street is like, get out, get out, get out, get out. We've trapped them, boys. We've trapped them and we're running for the hills. That's the type of thing that's occurring. Because remember, they still trade after the hours to match what they need to do with synthetics, etc., etc. So it's very important. Like in the Australian market, we have what's called the match. The last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes is actually very important. So people think it closes at 4 p.m. our time. It doesn't. It closes at 4:10. Sometimes it goes even longer than 4:10 if there's tons of trade. And the market will reprice itself at the end. So it's important to know that a lot of trade volume goes through here in the match. You've got to think about these things. So that's just kind of the answer there. And yes, I see gold. And yes, I'm excited for gold if it can break out. Let's just quickly do some of these super chats. Then we'll go over to our thoughts on the market. Knock, knock, super chat of $5. Oi, Tom. Dot, ceiling, uni ceiling. Word on the street is you dumped your Doge. Cheers from San Diego, mate. I don't own Doge, man. No Doge for me. I can't do it to myself. I just feel dirty. The Doge is dirty to me. Now, I like it and I think it's funny and it's all good. But you know what I feel about the Doge? I feel like if the Doge runs to like $1 this week, it'll kill the crypto market, create instability, and make me sad. Because it makes my other coins that I feel are better, might be wrong. I mean, Doge's doing pretty good, but I might be wrong there. But I feel like, for me, I just like owning the other ones. I love this idea that you own you read like a white paper and it has all this cool information and it sounds like it's solving a problem. And I feel good about it. It's like holding Google stock. I like Google stock. Do I like Google? Yeah, well, actually, I'm on YouTube, so I love Google. Love Google. They're the best. They're the best, guys. But you know what I mean? I feel good. I feel good about owning it. Dot ceiling would be somewhere around where Cardano stops. And uni ceiling, well, you know, I still think that 25 to 30 billion is kind of where it's sitting right now, knock, knock. And it got very close the other day. Dot is, I'm just looking for the 50 on Dot at this stage. So Doge a lot super chat of $5. So Doge a lot is rich in Doge coins. Thank you so much, Sir Doge a lot, for the support. As always, very much appreciated. And then Reed, PNY, $5. Can you cover Nintendo and CD Projekt Red? That is a cool question, Reed. I would love to cover Nintendo because I always have opinions on that. CD Projekt Red, we covered it yesterday. Guys, you know what to do. Get the knives out in the chat right now. CD Projekt Red, we need knives and we need lots of them. All right, what's going on here in the US 100? Let's talk about this Nasdaq. Then we'll go back over some crypto coins. We'll go through our market stuff. Hit the like button if you enjoy the stream. You guys know what to do. We are 1 hour away from the market open for Super Stonk Thursday. We've covered crypto. Scroll back a little bit. You'll see what we've done there. Okay, 20 moving average on the 2 hour. All right. Yes, it's found it. Does it mean anything? I think we're stuck in the middle of nowhere land. So when we came back up yesterday, you'll notice it was more about this one. It was more about the US 500. So what did we say yesterday? We came into the SPX and we said it's all about this area. And we did a quick poll of the community. And unfortunately, you guys thought 70% were bull. Don't lie to me now, okay? 70% were bull and only 30% were sad bears. And that's because this is what Wall Street do. They dumpy, then they pumpy, then they dumpy, then they pumpy. That's what they do. We do have non-farms. I think that's really the critical point. Join us tomorrow for non-farm payrolls. We'll be doing it before market open. This is where we're going to see the dollar index make a decision. A very important thing when we cover gold and silver later in this stream. We need to know what the dollar index is doing. They're all interconnected. Crazy bonds, crypto market, not so much, but crazy bonds, dollar index, gold, silver, the market itself, they're all interconnected. So here is our resistance. And we hit it. We failed to break high. We rejected it on the 2 hour and then boom, it was down for that day. What did that do in turn is it pushed the Nasdaq down. The Nas has been weaker, but I think nothing has changed really from our analysis lines or our analysis thought path. 4120 is still our support. This 4120 zone, until that breaks, the big bears don't come out to play. And this is more all of the kind of two steps down, one step back, two steps down kind of process. So Do we expect weakness today? I could definitely see weakness. It's all in earnings, but it looks more weak than it looks strong. We go over to the US 100. This doesn't look great. I mean, this looks like when it's going to go underneath this 13,470, 480 area, it's going to continue to the promised land of 13.3. I mean, that's what you're thinking when you look at this chart. You think, damn, it's found the 20 moving average. It's found the 20 moving average a few times now, and it just keeps rejecting them. I mean, look at this. Whoa, wait a second. Let me load this back out. Look at the 20 moving average. Once, twice, 3 times, barely, 4 times, 5 times, until it breaks that kind of sequence, until it gets above at least a 13.65. We're really just in a downtrend at this point in the day trading and the scalping kind of timeframes where Sid hangs out. This is where Sid is. He's floating around in this zone. He's thinking, maybe I'm going to the 13.3. So I think this is very possible. But when we go to the daily, it becomes incredibly clear that there is going to be buying pressure at this point. Even these daily candles look hideous. Hideous candle, new low that could be formed in the real market, not the pre-market. We need the new market to form the new low and then sell off down here. Do I expect some bouncing or buying pressure here? Yeah, I do. I think there could be some buying pressure right here. It just makes too much sense. Previous resistances acting as support. Whether you look at the QQQ, you look at the Nasdaq, it all looks the same. It all looks the same. Viking Steel says, good morning, Tom. Good morning, Viking Steel. Mr. Buff bringing out the Bitcoin. Oh, they look good. Mr. Buff, pink rocket. Okay, look at your what you get for being a 12-month member. A unicorn rocket. A unicorn rocket. It's pretty cool, but thank you very much for using those Bitcoin symbols. First time I've seen them in the chat. They look awesome. Pros, 20 million. Oh, poor text talking about something else. Will gold break 1,800 today? The question is about dollar index. We will check that out soon. And yes, we have a whole bunch of other stuff. Sucks being impatient, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, it does. Impatiency is the killer of traders and investors. In fact, investors, the more patient you are as an investor, the more likely you are to make good money. However, you don't want to be so impatient that you have analysis paralysis. We don't want none of that analysis paralysis. That sucks. That sucks. All right, so let's do this donation here from Reed, which covers CD Projekt Red. We'll just cover CD Projekt Red very quickly, and then Nintendo, and then we'll come back over to some other stocks and some other cryptos that I'm looking at this stage. Remember, if you're interested in becoming a member, do so now. Get the rocket emoji. And also, we will be covering... Oh, what is that? I don't want that. We'll just use CD. Anybody else's super chats as they come through as well, is what I was going to say. So let's have a look at the falling knife. Unfortunately for CD Projekt Red, it's been all over since they announced. There was so much hype and anticipation into their announcement. The game ultimately sucked. I bought it. It sucks. I didn't like it. It wasn't that bad, but it was certainly a very big bug mess, and it's created like this bad stigma. So will this company come back? Potentially at some stage. However, is that a buyable chart? That is a falling knife special source. And really all you can do here is hope and pray that it stops at something like this zone here. Because this is really the next level of support. And it's around that 125 zone. Maybe 150 is a psychological that picks it up, but that's really the next level of technical support. And how you know a trend like this is over is it's going to do this. And when it does this and it creates market structure, we get the sweet structure, that's when you know the next level can be held. And this is where you want to get involved, in the participation phase. If you try to pick the falling knife bottom, you will get burnt unless you're prepared to hold it and you're investing over a longer period of time and you truly believe in the fundamentals. If you're a fundamental only person, you randomly buy a level. If you're a technical and a fundamental person, you buy the correct level. And the correct level is going to be around a range. So we won't go over it too much more other than that. But I want to cover Nintendo because Nintendo's a cool company. Now, should we cover it? 7974. It's real name, 7974. Let's have a look on the market over here. So it's been stagnating for some time. And I want to take us back to a point in time before Nintendo stuffed it up. And this was 2007. The Nintendo Wii. Remember Wii bowling? You used to flick the thing. It's probably someone almost too young here to even remember Wii bowling. But Wii bowling was a thing, guys. Everyone had Nintendo Wii. Even my parents loved Nintendo Wii, and we played it. It was pretty amazing stuff. So back here, Nintendo did amazingly. And they actually had a blow-off that occurred on their stock, and it went hyperbolic. So it's kind of like a stonk right now. It went hyperbolic. The problem with some of these manufacturing companies is that they can go hyperbolic and then they don't have anything to back it up. Now, this time around, I think it's different for Nintendo. The future looks really good if they're prepared to put their IPs into it. So Nintendo's never sold their IP out. They've never really said, hey, we're going to sell Mario to everybody. We're going to create NFTs for Pokemon and everything, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and we're going to really sell out our brand. It's part of what makes them strong, but they do tend to be a bit behind. They were behind in enabling even YouTubers to be able to actually talk about their products. So that's my main concern for them. It's not whether they can make a lot of money, it's whether they're prepared to leverage, like Disney are selling out their souls right now to make cash grabs on MCU, Star Wars, etc., etc., etc. Is Nintendo prepared to do that with its IPs? I feel like it could come a little bit lower here. It could maybe get down to this 60,000 yen. Find support at this zone, and then hopefully it buys off this. And do I feel good about it? I feel okay about Nintendo, but yeah, I want to see, because of this bad price action, see how it looks like it's a buy hammer on the weekly, a pin bar, and then it rejects straight away. That's not ideal. So I don't want to see any new lows really here. I want to see like a wick purchase again, strong buy pressure, and then we can start taking it up. I have a lot of faith in it this time round. I think it can get to all-time highs, but I don't like the fact that it broke the weekly 20, or if it does break this weekly 20. It broke it here. It needs to show me a little bit more. It's been stagnant since December. They've got a new switch thing coming. They will get it done, but I'm watching the 60,000. That's all I can say at this stage. Watch for it. Watch for it to come down. I want to see lightning bolt on a significant time frame, such as the daily plus. So that's a trough, a peak, a higher trough. That's the sequence we want to see around that 60,000. Good luck on it. I like the company, but I think they need to be a little bit more, well, a little bit less conservative and a little bit more, hey, let's make some money. That's my feeling there. Okay, we'll move on over to the other ones. Thank you again, Reed, for your very generous donation. Okay. So let's bring up where we're at with the ratio for ETH to BTC. We're sitting around 37%. Some people asking about Ethereum. 4,675 seems to be around the fair price for Ethereum right now, based on BTC's price. I tend to agree with this ratio. I think around here is the correct ratio to be looking at. Around 0.08 to a BTC is the correct fair value. Anything above that is a little bit too hyperbolic. So Ethereum still has room to move, people. But we'll go back to stonks because I want to talk about this guy, Richard Chu. You can follow him on Twitter. He's pretty cool. I particularly like these ones. We share it in the private community a little bit. We share his stuff. And what he does is he gives you these revenue growths and price growth profits. And basically it's whether something is completely overpriced or not. And you'll notice there's three very popular stocks that are potentially completely overpriced up here, which is Net, Crowd, SE, and then we had Twilio, which is now down fairly hard. So what's happening today? We've got Net doing an announcement. They haven't tended to do that well off announcements. Maybe they buck the trend. We've got SE coming soon. But with this particular chart, I really wanted to just highlight in here some of these hyper stocks. And of course, how high some of them are in comparison to more established businesses down here. You've got a lot kind of sitting around this zone. You've got Skills still out here crazily. You've got Peton now coming right back down in terms of everything else. But I like quite a lot of stocks in here. You guys know I like the Squares as well. But they are, and the PayPals, you can see here. But you notice these high-end ones. So this is just a little helpful kind of tool that you can see how much the percentage is down and also how things are going throughout time. Another good share here, and I'll see if I can zoom it in. Let me bring this back. Okay. This is a great concept, and I think it's a very good visual. It's a bit blurry, I understand, but it's a great visual shared in the public Discord community, !Discord, if you're interested in getting some of this information. We share stuff in the private stuff and, of course, in the public. There's always good community involvement, and I particularly like this. Sorry, I can't remember who put it in the rooms, but you guys know who it is, and it's good because it has little pictures, and I like little pictures. So it says here, early sector performance. What are you looking for? What doesn't work? Healthcare, utilities, and energy tend to not perform that well. I tend to agree with that, especially healthcare and utilities. They tend to be like a bit more around. This is a little bit different because, of course, we've got a pandemic. So healthcare's done okay, but it is actually still lackluster compared to the others. Consumer discretionary, financials, industrials, information tech materials, love materials, real estate, they all tend to do a little bit better. Then in the mid, we get the communication services, information technology. So if we're thinking big brain, what do we want to be in? I'm going to actually modify this though. I'm going to put here, healthcare. I'm going to put healthcare, and then I'm going to put healthcare. And why I say that is because healthcare beats inflation by a huge percentage. So if you pick the right kind of index funds or you pick the right kind of healthcare stocks, they can actually perform in your mid-cycle, your late cycle, and your recession cycle. They can actually perform in all three cycles very well. Healthcare almost trumps everything but crazy technology. So it's still a quality thing. Now, of course, if governments jumped in, that would be a problem. However, healthcare is pretty strong throughout all these things. I think it's pretty strong in the mid as well. And yeah, it's just always good to know where you are. What does this chart really show you? I think it's very consistent that utilities underperform for quite some time until you really get late cycle. So yeah, always have something like this. You can grab it in the the public Discord community and jump on in and check it out. We'll go back to the market again here, and we'll just talk about some of the stocks that are doing earnings today. So we'll go over quickly dollar index, gold, and silver, as I know a few of you are championing at the bit for it. Yeah, I know you're championing at the bit for it, but let's just quickly do dollar index first. So dollar index is failing on the daily. Look, we can't use our favorite chart tonight, the 8 hour, but we've got here the 91, 30, 40 zone. It fell from that point. Very important. This is actually fairly bullish here for gold. We've got falling dollar index, and this dollar index is going to hit support soon, which is right around this 98.77. Now, what that does is if we have a falling dollar index, usually gold and silver recover and do quite well with it. What do we have gold doing? Gold is pressuring our 1797. Now, do we care about 1800? I saw someone say 1800 is my take profit. No. Why would you put 1800 as your take profit when you're here? When you're right at the tippity top of the mountain and you've got basically a triple resistance that would be broken if it came through. Now, could it stop at 1800 and break down? Yeah, anything's possible, guys. However, this is, I mean, where would you put your take profit, guys? Where would the chat put their take profit if you were in something like this? I want to know technically what you're looking at. So let's say we came into this and we said, okay, what do I think is going to happen next? And I was just looking at this section of the chart. Now we might have a movement here that's like this distance. Okay, I think something like that. We know from the double bottom that we've been talking about in this channel, and luckily we were first in on gold. We've been talking about it for some time here. We thought that this was a double bottom down here. On the weekly, it looks even better. Strong, big hammer on the weekly like that. And it all kind of pinpoints back to these previous levels. The previous support acting as resistance. Once you get through and clear this 1797, because it's coiling below 1800, it usually will smash 1800 and move on and up through. On and up through. Nat Hom says 1840. Chris says 1825, 1840 level. Shane says 2030. Shane, you crazy. You're a crazy bull. It's not going to be 10K, guys. It's not going to be 10K. 10K is nuts on gold, but it does look very, very strong. Is there any sequences here that make me think it's going to break? Probably the 2 hour from what I was looking at. We've got a bullish kind of wick rejection. We've got some nice bullish bars coming through here. I'm actually going to use a different gold chart because I want to make sure it is legitimate. Yeah, it's legitimate. See how that other gold chart there had a little bit too much wicks? I didn't like it. So that is a legitimate candle. And see these two rejections? Once we get a little close above here, it's going to go boom. Now, how much boom? I don't know. But it does look very boomer right now. It looks kind of like it wants to do that little sneaky moon move up and through. And yeah, gold's solid. You know, people sleeping on some of these things. Let's move over to silver. But we're not as a community. We never sleep on anything. We just never sleep. We just continuously are watching the crypto markets, the stock markets, and the commodities. Here's silver. Beautiful breakout. Great wick rejections there. Again, looks quite strong. On our way to hopefully $28 town. Once we get to $28 town, I expect resistance. The next level for silver is going to be around that 30. Now, of course, this is all from technical analysis. It's all from what we've done over several days. And gold and silver will kind of synergize with each other. Think of gold as kind of Bitcoin. We all know that. And silver's like crazy Ethereum. It moves slightly higher percentages. It's a little bit more risky. There's a little bit more craziness when things get wild. That's what silver and Bitcoin, it couldn't be put any better. That it is like silver is Ethereum and Bitcoin is gold. It couldn't go any better. Hold gold until 1956, i.e. the 200 DMA, says Kevin. 1856. Oh, 1856, Kevin says. Darcidia says gold is very boomer. Agreed. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with finding opportunity. Remember, people trade gold not because necessarily it's an amazing percentage move. It's more about they usually trade it with a contract or leverage or something like that. And that's what's eventually going to happen with Bitcoin. Do I believe that Bitcoin's going to do 100% every year in the future? No. I actually think it's going to get incredibly boring. You're going to have that 10 to 20% per annum kind of moves in crypto. And that's going to be when those super funds and everyone else starts really getting involved in the market. The next time around, we won't see the exponential growth that we've seen this time. We'll see slower growth. We'll still see fast growth in compared to other markets, but it will start to mature as a market. It will start to become better. Let's now move down to Square. Let's talk about this one. So we saw before that PayPal had okay earnings. Again, if you posted it before, post your thoughts on PayPal in the chat. If you've read them, I haven't had a chance to read the PayPal earnings. For Square, it's pretty simple case. At all costs, we must move above 240. Okay? Down here is bad. 231 is bad. 230, whatever it is bad. Anything under 240 is bad. We need to get back above here and show that we've got strength in this stock. The good news is if we go over to PayPal and we check it out, it's trying. See how this pre-market is the same thing. It's the same stock really, but this time round, we need to get above the 260. So PayPal needs to start crunching some good numbers here today. I'd love to see it above 260. And if it can do that, then we can start moving back to the 270, 280, etc., etc., etc. So PayPal, it still has room to go from where it was in that crazy February period. But I don't like it where it is. And I still don't even like it at 258. I prefer it's above 260. That shows me and the community that there's a lot more strength out there. Let's just quickly go over to the next super chat. We've got Rocktopus 306 Canadian, $2. Could I request you turn up your mic for me? Praise, praise. My mic should be damn loud. I'm eating the microphone. Look, I'm eating it. Yum, yum, yum. It should be okay. Anyone else got problems with the mic? Shouldn't be too bad. But if it is, I'll fix it for the next stream. It's already on 100% gain. It should be all right. I paid a lot of money for this mic. It's a Shure, I don't remember the code, SM7B. Great microphone, actually quite annoying to use these types of mics though. If you're getting started in streaming or you want to do YouTube, I would suggest you buy a cheaper mic that's like USB and don't get involved in XLR cables and all this other crap. Sound is fine, no problems. Good. Yeah, so PayPal and Square, look, there's room to go here. We can only speculate that it's looking good for Square based on PayPal's earnings. If PayPal is coming through with the goods, it's up 4% pre-market. It's the number one in the market. We'll scroll over to Webull now and just check that again. Make sure we're correct. Oh, Wayfair's taking it out, but PayPal still... Oh, no. Oh, they're fighting each other, but PayPal's still doing strong numbers here. All of the rest, as long as it holds, is good. Tesla up here. Tesla Harry, you out there, Harry? You're probably happy with the fact that you're actually getting a green day. 666, the devil, held again for Tesla. Great hold yesterday as well, because the rest of the market was kind of low. The Nasdaq was struggling, and Tesla continued to hold that zone as much as it can. Let's just quickly go over here into the pre-market. I saw some people asking for AMC and GME before. Look, there's this discussion about AMC squeeze today. I just don't get it. I'll admit, maybe I'm completely senile. Maybe I'm senile. Because why would you squeeze it into earnings? It makes no sense to me. How can the earnings be that great? I just don't think they can. And I think 2.73% here, yes, it's moving. It's not above any particular great technical. Like, you have to get it above 10. The last time AMC did earnings, it got absolutely belted, if I remember rightly, GME as well. So I'm a little bit scared about those kind of ones. I also feel like they're in the middle of nowhere. Like 940 doesn't excite me from a technical level. And GameStop 160, it's in the middle of our zone. Once it went back under 173, which is our support resistance zone, we can't do anything with it. I mean, maybe you guys disagree with me, but yeah, we need more. We need above 10. Above 10 with a closure on a significant time frame, that gets us excited about that stock. Oxygen down quite a lot. Unfortunately, Thad will be unhappy with this one. Peloton, oh my God. I didn't even see the price. Let me load up Peloton. Oh, I know someone that will be very unhappy about that. Peloton. It's not me. It's not me. I never own this stock. I don't like product stocks that have like this random product, but oh, that's nasty. Oh, damn. And it hasn't even done earnings yet. Oh, I want the community's thoughts. What is Peloton going to do today? Earnings coming up at the close. It's down on its knees, 82. Is this thing going to tank or is it going to go up? Community, let me know now. Also, we need some claps in the chat right now. Sir Dogelot using some of the Doge profits. $20. Man, thank you so much, Sir Dogelot. The support is ridiculous. Tom, if it's true that Doge goes up and most crypto goes down, you better make a plan. I love you, and we're heading to the moon. So Dogelot's trying to kill our cryptos. He's trying to get Doge to his dollar, and he's trying to kill our other cryptos. Dogelot, don't do it to me, man. Don't put the dagger in my heart like that. But thank you so much for the $20. I appreciate it, and I love your name, and it's awesome. Triple T Rock super chatted $5. I'll get a Talcoin tattoo on my throat. Are you sure you want to do that, bro? That would be a very painful tattoo. UBX is the next crap coin I'm looking at. The CC. I'm looking at. Any thoughts? Cheers. Thank you very much for the $5 there. Triple T Rocks. And Talcoin tattoo on your throat. Imagine if you got that. I was thinking about this today. If you bought like the Bitcoin. I've seen it before. The Bitcoin number plate in your county or your state or your country. How good is the Bitcoin and Ethereum number plate be worth right now? I reckon it'd be worth about, in Australia, probably about $3+ million. I'm not even kidding you. Some person would pay that much. But Peloton, this is a disaster. An absolute disaster. And you know what gets worse about this? That is a dead set Head and Shoulders. And I knew it was. And I never go for shorts with Head and Shoulders because shorting stocks is hard like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like predicting like all the way back to the March area. That's a crazy short looking thing. I think probably stops somewhere in this kind of 60-50 range. But yeah, that's deadly. Let's see what the community says. PK Subban says treadmill with a stupid screen. Okay. Going to have to trade in the treadmill for a defibrillator over Piton, says Sarah Jane. I'm sorry to hear that, Sarah. I'm sorry to hear that. Piton will crash, says Truly Messiah. Recall of all their treadmills, says John Jepson. Yes, all of them. Tank, going to the somewhere else. Piton didn't do well. I'm not even going to say some of these words because they probably get me in trouble. YouTube does that. They demonetized me the other day. I don't even know what I said. So $80 in the pre. This is looking really brutal, and it's unfortunately pretty sad for what was looking like a pretty cool story. Let's now have a look at Triple T Rocks' next coin. He's sharing with us. This is the man that found Talcoin, that says he wants Talcoin's ugly logo. Just here. Can you imagine getting that done? I heard that one of the most painful places to tat's actually here. Anyone got that right there? Is it here that's painful? This is painful, I've heard. Very painful, like right there. You do not want a tat right there. I don't have tats, but I would not get it there. I'm telling you that. That's a painful spot. UBX. This is not the UBX we're looking for. Go to the crypto market. Press Tether. It's a Qcoin special. Came in at 0.001. What is this thing? UBX. What the hell? It's a wild looking thing. Let's check it out. I don't know if you want this thing tatted on you. It's like DNA. It's got a DNA picture. UBX network. All right, that's a much better chart. I don't know what that other thing was. So it's already fully... What the hell? Fully diluted market cap? $2 billion already? What the hell? That is huge. Ridiculousness. So it's $100 billion position. Is that right? $100 million position at this stage. It has run up before to 0.0049. It's come down and it's gone up again. Let's get it on the chart without using one of those ugly charts. Let's use UBX here again. Qcoin was no good. FTX. Does that give me more history? Perfect. Whoa. How much percentage did it do yesterday? 16 already. Is this the same one? UBX, yeah. Okay. Wait, that's UBXT. UBX. Why can't I get any good charts with it? UBXT, wrapped ether. I hate these charts so much. I can't even get a proper chart on it. I don't know which one it is. But based on this thing, if this is it, UBX, this looks like it has done the right kind of business. I'd be drawing a trend line through those highs. So I'd be basically drawing a trend line through that peaks there. And once that breaks, then you're looking for the momentum play there. That's the way I feel like it. I don't even know if I can get the chart on it. There probably is one of those. You guys can tell me which one it is. But yeah, that trend line down. Wait, that was it? So it's the UBX. It's actually... So just tell me again here, Triple T Rocks, because we need to know this stuff right now. Is it up bots? Or is it this thing? I need to know which one it is. Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, that happened before. We were looking at cheesecake and I loaded up Cheesecake Factory. That was funny as when we were looking at cake and I did that. That was terrible. That's all right. We make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes at some times. If it's up bots, that's much better. Because that chart looked a little bit more exciting to me. At least this one here, new breakout. That's a perfect kind of trough, peak, higher trough breakout story. It's done some consolidation. It's ready for the next move. Tom, how do I donate? Jan says, you press the random button that's somewhere. It says like super chat. Maybe it has it in your chat down the bottom. I've got it here. I guess I'll show you guys how to see it. It's just there. Show your support for FX Evolution, it says. Now, I don't believe it's on the phone. I don't understand why Google do that, but yeah. Maybe Triple T Rocks will have to bring this coin to everyone tomorrow. Message me in Discord if you can. In fact, I'll load my Discord now and message me in there and I'll try to get the code. Dylan Chan super chatted $2. Hey, can you do some analysis on NNOX? It's coming back. NNOX, wow. That stock is coming back. NanoX Imaging. I remember the day that unfortunately some people got burnt by this one. We still have our line right around where it was expected to go and then it just went blur. This is a medical stock. Remember, if you're trading a medical stock, you're trading a pharmaceutical of any kind, a biotech, whatever it is. These types of stocks are simply prone to pumpy dumpies. And you can tell by having a look at the left-hand side of your screen. When you look at the left-hand side of your screen, pumpy dumpy, pumpy dumpy, pumpy dumpy, and of course it was all over again. Is it on support right now? It better damn hold for you. And I hope it does, Dylan. Because NNOX, it has to hold this zone. The good news, and maybe we'll revisit this stock in the future, because the good news is I would love to see it break this $36 for you, man. When that occurs, you would have a double bottom. You would have strong momentum because you're taking out these previous supports that will now become resistance and you're getting through that. And that's where the smart big brain trader starts to position into the stock if that's what they want. And they do so because you've got your base formation. Effectively, this is the market structure you were looking for. It's the price action you were looking for. That's the great thing about it. UBX US dollar tether I've got here. So yeah, that one there, I think it's just all about... So it is this one. It is this one. So on the 2 hour... effectively, it just looks like it's right on support. Supports and resistances for the UBX. It doesn't get me as excited, but it's a new coin, so it doesn't have much data in it yet. There's always a chance. Maybe do your own research on it. I'll have a look at the white paper and check it out a little bit later, and then we'll come back with you some information. I'll have a look, Triple T Rocks. To Dylan, unfortunately, NNOX is just at support. There's nothing much you can say about it until it does that double bottom. If you're going to have to watch it because you're in it, that's what you're looking for the next move. That is what you're looking for. AG super chatted US $1.99. It's on the chat dollar next to chat text field. Thank you very much, AG, for telling everybody and super chatting at the same period. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. ADA still moving, 164. Dot came a little bit off, 40.50 now. Still looking pretty good in the cryptos. In the space of the stock market, it is flat as a tack. We've got US 100 now down 0.05. US 500 up 0.03. We've covered a few of the stocks coming into today's earnings at the close. So far, we've covered off Square. PayPal looks like it was a good result. Go research, get into the charts on PayPal, find out where they made their money. Obviously, the market believes whatever PayPal has done, Square's replicated some of that success over the last quarter. Roku coming out. Let's have a look at that chart soon. Peloton, we're going to scrap it. There we go. We've cleaned that one up for everybody right now. AMC. Going to draw through that one as well for the time being. All right. I'm feeling good about those two. Cloudflare. That's got to cross through it. Unfortunately, Cloudflare already hit its resistance. It has this... Look, I love the company, and I think there's great things there, but I'm scared for the earnings on it because it doesn't have a great sequence of doing good earnings. Beyond Meat's one I haven't looked at in some time. Dropbox, yeah, it's okay. And then maybe we'll have some time for Datadog. Chat, what do you guys want to look at in terms of today's earnings? I've crossed a few out here. I think Roku is the one. Let's have a look at Roku. Let's go check it out. Kathy Wood's special is the old Roku. I will admit it's another stock I have absolutely no interest in. I don't quite get it. Even when my mate said to me back at $140, he goes, Tom, get in Roku. Get in Roku. You're a dumbass. Get in Roku. And I said, what the hell is this thing? And I picked other ones. They did all right, but I didn't get the Roku. He was going on and on and on about it over here somewhere. 140. I think it was even before the whole crash thing. He loved it over here. Now, it makes sense because it was in the hype train, so that's why I was talking about it. But this thing is right at support into earnings. So we're looking at a 324, it looks like right now. We bring over the horizontal, and you can see it's right around that 295. So we've got the support. We've got a level that it needs to hold. Is it looking strong into earnings? No, but most of these hyper stocks aren't. We go down to something like the daily. Again, looks very weak coming into earnings. It's got to knock it out, and it cannot break under here. No break under 295. That would be like very, very detrimental here for Roku. So I'm going to have to just wait and see more. Unfortunately, for anyone that's holding it, you just need it to bounce here. Hopefully it does. And when you know you're back in the green and things are all good, is going to be when you start approaching that 372 and break and close above. Once you do that, it is going to look quite good. Crage says ADA, sell or hold. The way we're looking at ADA at this point is it looks good, but I still think some money will start to move into the Pokemon dots over time. And I don't think there's any reason to say that it doesn't go like a full channel lift here. I mean, the way I see ADA is this. Do you aim for $2? No. No, 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 no. You go like ADAF. You look at the ratio and you look for this. Right there. Bang. That's what I want. I want them all to synergize. And I wouldn't be surprised if this synergizes with an 88 about 195, which is going to synergize with some random billion-dollar valuation for ADA. That's the type of thing we're all thinking about here. Nobody goes to the cinema, says Johnny Knoxville. Netflix, YouTube, etc. have killed the AMC. I was sad, man. I was talking about the cinemas the other day. I love the cinemas, guys. I think it's awesome. I don't really like watching movies at home that much. I prefer to have the experience, go out there, watch that beast in the cinemas, get the cheap discount tickets because we're big brain. Never pay full price, guys. That's for plebs. Never pay full price. No, 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 no. We would love a free popcorn to be thrown in as well. That's what we want. But yeah, that's the way I look at ADA and the way I look at cinemas. I think cinemas are, though, unfortunately going to really return down. I've got Twilio request here from Jessa. Let's have a look at Twilio. So this actually has usually been holding out with a very strong earnings reports. And it's pre-market here, 316 after the earnings. So it's right on around that support. So it's dropped from 335 down to 316. This stock, I look into the software here and I understand this solution and it's cool. I just wonder about the moat a little bit on it. Maybe it's not as moaty as I like. I love moats, guys. Big moats that people have to get across. They get eaten by an alligator or a shark or some tar that I throw on them. That's the type of thing that I want in my company. I want a giant moat where you can't get in on it. So I quite like the support here, though, and that's really where you're looking at. So 316 on the open today, may go down to like a 312. As long as it holds here, it's all good. But if it gets underneath, unfortunately, I think you could be looking at like a 280, possibly even a 219. There could be some real blood in the streets, unfortunately, if it gets underneath this 310. And you can see why. Support, support, support. That's the most important zone for us to be looking at in this particular market. It's broken all the things we don't like. Number one, weekly 20 trend was busted against. Not good. It's then pulled back up and it's come back down. Not ideal. What have we got at our point of support? A weekly 50. Very critical stuff all here. It has to hold, and I want it to hold now. So that's my thoughts on Twilio. Do mRNA and PFE. PFE is interesting. So I don't know what exactly Biden's doing in the US. I don't want to get political though, but I don't know what exactly is going on there. That is what's got me concerned about this company. In fact, Pfizer's vaccine, if I was to take the jab today, I would be probably wanting this one. This is my number one choice right now. Give me some Pfizer. Don't give me AstraZeneca. It'll probably kill me. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, 38.54. I do have a problem. They probably would get me. I reckon it would get me. The 38.54 for this, coming back down to the 37.28. This one's been stacked by quite a lot of big investment managers. There was a great link that was shared in the private community by one of the members, and it showed you know how like tracking portfolios can be hard? It was kind of like a cool website for tracking portfolios. I quite enjoyed it. And maybe I'll share that with you guys tomorrow. So remember to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button as well, community, if you enjoy the stream. We always want to share as much as we can to get you guys up to speed here. And we want to grow this community to 100,000 if we can. That will make me so happy. I'll do an extravaganza at 100,000, believe me. That is literally one of my life goals, was to get to 100K on YouTube. And I think we can do it as a community. But the point is, we want to share as much as possible and get there. This is the zone that I think they'll be buying, around that 37. Got Pfizer vaccine. Christopher Black coming in with some experience here. Got the Pfizer vaccine. Good investment, in my opinion. Yes. They want to waiver patents on COVID vaccines. Yeah. I understand. But as a stock market, you want to buy the stock. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't really work, does it? That's not cool. Sarah Jane says, you can't die yet, Tom. We haven't done Tesla. I will organize Pfizer for you. What are your thoughts on RK? All right, Sarah, we'll do that. Pfizer or Moderna for the vaccine, please. Old school vaccine tech is outdated. And then IMSO. Cinemas has strong Americana traditions. AMC will be fine once things open up. I have no problem with AMC, guys. It's fine as a company and stuff like that. It's just thinking that squeezes are going to come through hard. I have this tendency to think that there is a little bit of problems with around earnings. I'm not a fan of taking a squeeze into earnings because the earnings are unlikely to be that glorious. Maybe we'll be wrong and thing will open up 20% tomorrow. But last time around, I didn't like it. Didn't work out. This time around, I don't like it. Pfizer is definitely my pick of choice between this and the mRNA. I like the Pfizer kind of one, even though it's hard to hold in terms of like hard to store and bring through. You can see here Moderna not doing so well. What I like mostly about the Pfizer is that big funds, very, very smart investment managers are buying Pfizer. That is their choice. They've made the choice on the Pfizer one. That's where they've been going. People here saying they will not be taking that thing. Anyway, we're not here to talk about vaccines too much either. So we'll move on from that one and we'll go over to that other question that we had, which was about net crashing. Yeah, so look, net definitely falling down. I think, though, you've got to really think about what was your aim here on net. So, I like the company. I was buying it back here. I was getting all crazy about it at 70 and then getting more crazy about it down here and then going ballistic about it at 61 because 60 was my literal like, oh my God, I'm loving it. And then it went crazy. It went psycho into earnings. Like a few days in, bang, smashed through. And it hit this point. It hit this 87 point, which I thought was big. And I don't think I brought it up enough on the stream. I probably should have done that. Because 87 was a very, very key level. And we can see that on the weekly here. But I do want you guys to do some of your own TA if possible. And this is a great little area or zone to be maybe scaling back unless you think it's going to go nuts. You also want to look at these earnings things. So here's a run into earnings and a failure. Here's an earnings that did very well. Here's an earnings that did poorly. Here's an earnings that did okay. Here's an earnings that did nothing at all. Earnings that did nothing good. So historically, if you go back through those earnings, there was mostly nothing good. Now, I think that probably Cloudflare sandbagged their last earnings report. So when you read their last earnings report, it was likely that it was a little bit fake. There was some fake news in it. They were underestimating how well they're doing. But with this negativity on hyperstonks right now, they've got to really knock it out of the ballpark, especially a company like this. So I like this a lot, but I'm definitely looking at it still at trying to get it for even cheaper rates. I don't think you need to be too concerned about it because CrowdStrike was all right. We saw what happened here after the CrowdStrike earnings reports and everything. So it should be all right. But always look at the technicals. That resistance was insane. There was another one that was coming through as a question. Ethereum Classic run up a lot. Yeah, it certainly has. Probably over. Yeah, I'm not sure why there's so much delay here in the pre. And I'm getting a few fake kind of... I had a lot of TradingView things coming in saying the prices were wrong this morning. So Doge a lot has strong arm AMC with love and ape signal. Netflix is boring. Yeah, Netflix is kind of boring. It's like Nvidia. It's okay if you want to trade it with option spreads, but other than that, not too much. James Miz, $2. Can you have a look at OCGN earnings soon? OCGN, Oxygen, Thad's favorite stock, it seems. 970 here in the pre. It's come down quite a lot. We had our breakout that occurred. Go to the daily and you'll notice that it went really crazy. It got from $5 in April all the way to 15 and all the way back down. It probably just can't support its price that much. I think it kind of is on support. 20 moving average around the $10. It's just underneath that right now. And the previous resistance. So really what you want is a closure here on the day at above 10. Ideally, you get a bullish closure above the day on the 10. Unfortunately, if you get a bearish close, I could see it going to 8, which is that next level of support resistance. Resistance here, see the wick, support through all of that. So underneath 10 for the close for the day, you're going to 8. Over 10, thank God. Because at that point, you're going to be able to get hopefully some further strength momentum. And you're still going to have those problems with the just before 14 and of course long term around that 18, which would be a great problem to have. So this is a very important pivotal day. $10 must close above. If it closes below, I think it signals further selling back down to 8, and then maybe we will come in and talk about it on the stream, because at that point it might be getting interesting again for another play. I hope it does whatever you need it to do though, James. Whatever you need it to do. Johnny Knoxville is going crazy about XOM. Look, we've covered Exxon a few times here, Johnny, and I've got to say, booyah. Because damn, oh damn, what a boomer stonk technical we spotted as a community. Yes, I love boomer stonk technicals. If you want to talk about where the real best technicals are, it's go over to the old school stocks and check out the glorious technicals. Closure above, retest below, movement up, $61. You go back, guys, and you watch the last 4 streams. I bring it up every time. I crap on about it every time. $62 is about to be achieved. Now, Johnny, don't get carried away on Exxon. It's not going to $1 billion. All right, I don't think it's going to $1 billion. Be very, 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 very prepared at the 67, because I want to take you on the story, Johnny, right now. And I want to say, Johnny Knoxville, 67, 15, 11, 18, 19, 19 supports. Okay. It was all supports. It has to be a nasty level of resistance. A 200 SMA on the weekly. I am scared for that zone for Exxon, but I love what it's done, and it's been a great little trade. It's been coupled up with our US oil thoughts, and I still think US oil and oil in general can break out and get back to the 76. But I've told you this a few times, and Chad, I want to see how good your memory is. What is my number one signal that I am done with oil and I'm not coming back to it? And it's not a technical signal. It's kind of like what we're seeing on that Bloomberg alert from before. What is my number one signal of bad things that are going to happen to oil? JJ Rap Savage became a member for 2 months. You have been upgraded. You've got a new literal drawing of a massive rocket there, bro. Thank you very much for becoming a member for 2 months and supporting the stream. Let's see if anyone remembers what's going on with Exxon, what we were talking about as our number one indicator. And it may not even be it's hitting 76. It may not even be it's hitting the end of the cycle. It's something I'm looking for in the fake news media. And when I say fake news media, it's because they're going to start talking about a specific price on oil. And when they do that, I run for the hills and escape. Let's load up the 4-screener now. You'll notice this weird news is certainly coming through here. Guys, what do you want to see on the open? We've got our US 100. We've got our US 500. I think we want to have both those on. You guys select what else we need. We need to cover Tesla as well. So we'll do that right now. Let's cover Tesla. 671, 680 in the pre. We still have our 700. The 666 demon line was there. 4-hour held well at that level. I guess if it's going to bounce, then we bounce back to 700. And ideally, that's what you see. You're at 680. So day traders may try to take this up to 700. A closure above 700 would be good, but it's not enough for us anymore because they've already got one fake kind of point here. So we need a 720 plus break. And when that occurs, this is the more likely participation phase. A 720 plus break will give us 745, and then we can move through with it. So that'll be good. Yeah, you guys are correct. Q's correct, $100 a barrel. Dosey Dotes 100. Doggy Zipline 100. Kim Lim 100. Yeah, that's right. I hate it when the media says, will oil hit $100 barrel next? No. No. You know what's going to happen? It's going to crash. Like every other time you guys write about will oil jump to $100 a barrel next. I hate that article. And when it comes, I am going to be very scared. It's like I don't like today's article because they're not talking about Bitcoin as a bubble anymore. They're saying, do you want to invest in BTC or invest in ETH? Which one do you guys want to pick? Here's how to make the decision. I don't want to know how to make the decision. I don't want you talking about it. Don't post that crap in the media because that is the end of cycles. That's how every last drop of money comes in. And I'm starting to smell it out. I'm going to meet up with a few people this weekend. I'm going to get their information about how many of their family members are in the crypto market. I need to know this. Chat, do the research for me. Go around and find out how many newcomers have come into the crypto market in the last 2 weeks. We need to do the groundwork here to know how close we are to the end of a euphoric cycle. So Tesla's there. We've got 2 minutes here to the pre-market. Guys, select what you want. ARK-K was a request before. Look, ARK-K looks like crap. You guys know this. It's back on the support. 110.75, 109, something like that. This is the support for it. Don't do your analysis on ARK-K though. It's not that great for technical. Go look at things like Tesla. Go look at things like Square, big holdings, T-Doc. This thing's getting punished for holding quite a lot of those stocks. And unfortunately, it's not the flavor of the month at this stage. It looks like Piton was a popular one to put on there. So let's get Piton on the screen and see the brutal opening that's probably going to occur here. 79.50 is the open. Kevin says, oil is going to 110 lol, not 100. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I think we've caught everything else. Hype music. All right, let's do it quickly. My God, we're only going to just get in there. Intro. All right, guys. Whoa. All right. We're 1 minute away here from the market to open, guys. Thursday, stonk day, ADA, clip, dot time, maybe. It's all happening in the markets right now. Be careful of the stonks, guys. A lot breaking through supports right now. It's all about boomer stonks. XOM. Maybe not anymore. Good luck. right, so we finished that. We switch on over to the bell because we are open. Here we go. Ding, 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 guys. Welcome to Thursday. We're open. US 500 comes down, at least initially. It looks like Piton made a pretty large recovery there off the pre-market. That was bizarre. I'm not even sure if that's real. I think I am getting some bad data feeds here. So let's just quickly go through the percentages coming through for AMC, GME, etc. 1.58 definitely didn't open up as much as people were thinking. Oxygen is down 8.7. Palantir, that's not cool. 2077. I want that not to ever go under 20 for you guys. Not so much for me because it's not my kind of thing, but I don't want you guys to go under 20. So hopefully Palantir can hold through this little bit of a slump. Tilray down, Sundial down. That stuff is not good. Now let's go over to the green side of things and have a look at the top 500 companies. PayPal up 2% now, not up as much as it was. Square only coming in with a 0.69. So the real market doesn't seem to think that PayPal was that great compared to the futures market. Remember, the fake news on the pre-market can be real. It's your determination of whether things are getting better or not. Like whether you're seeing like a discrepancy. Teladoc, once it broke through that support, look at the pressure it's getting put under. 153.93 here now. That's brutal. We've also got Twilio. Oh my God. Twilio's down 308. So it's right on that level. 310 was the zone. It's got to hold at 310. My goodness. Some of these sell-offs in these hyper stocks are brutal. I feel bad for some people that are in these too hard. Snowflake, another one that's been very disappointing recently. Roku, 294. Wow, 3% down. So these stocks really getting beaten here. Square better pull out a damn good earnings because you can see it. I'm just looking at this chart and just going, my God, is that even real? Is Piton a buy for this pullback? Yeah. I don't like the product kind of stocks like that. I like software as services. I still think the fintech space is going to be cool long term. I still think healthcare is great. Yeah, but I don't know about Peloton. It's not, for me, I don't like it because I feel like somebody else could just steal it. Like Apple could almost do something like it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not, I haven't done enough research into the product. I don't have the product. If I was going to buy a lot of that stock, I'd buy the damn thing and I'd use it and see whether it's better than everything else. But that's a pretty expensive road trip. Maybe go do some YouTube videos and see what people really think of it. That's always a good one. Honest YouTube reviews sometimes can be good. Spotify here, 2% down. Wow, all of these tech stocks are just down hard. I'm just looking at this screen, just flabbergasted at how bad Twilio just got. Yeah, wowzers. Beijing, SAP. That's been a hated stock for a little while as well. SAP and I think SAP's probably been the most hated that I can think of. There was another one. Splunk, I think it was. Toyota, PayPal. There's another one I haven't looked at with you guys for a while. So you can see the US 500 coming in weak. US 100 coming in also quite weak. And I don't know what's going on with these stocks here. Yeah, so US 100 could return back to the 13.3. Remember, 13.3 should be a support level. And the US 500, 41.62. Square barely flat now into earnings. Oh, net just got belted 6% down into the, yeah, all these hyper stocks just, wow. It's not great. It's not great for some of you. It's not great. The crypto world is a lot hotter right now than the stock world. Bloody in the streets. Glad I'm shorting the Nasdaq now, says HE. Yeah, look, there was no real reason not to be thinking about that short the other day. I've been talking about it. Specifically, we got around here, like we started sniffing it out and then we found a really great support. And I think the US 500 data actually was the much better pick. So that, like, not that we would short the US 500, but the actual base, the area that we were looking at was much better. Stella looking strong, says Trishan. That's good. Oliver says it's all Biden's fault, potentially. I have puts on SPY. Please go crash, says Blamin. All right. Doge back to 0.6. Yeah, well, Doge going down is not necessarily bad for the crypto market. See how the rest of the crypto is actually holding okay. Doge is only bad when it goes ballistically up. So we'll have to find out what really goes on here. I think non-farm payrolls tomorrow is going to tell us a lot. Remember, have your economic news. Here is the employment rate change. Now, it's not going to be 10:30 p.m. for everyone around the world. I understand there's a lot of Americans here. Set it to your time. This is my time. We'll actually have to start. Oh, no, 10 o'clock will be fine for the stream. So we'll do 10 p.m. my time, 1.5 hours early before the market open again tomorrow, and we'll be covering it all. Gold just broke. Let's have a look at gold. Oh, 1,800. Yeah. It doesn't care. I told you. It doesn't care about the 1,800. Smashed it. Smashed it. And we saw that at this stream. Scroll back a little bit. Look, 1,802. Let's just go. Let's go 1,803. Come on now. Give us 1,803. Just eat the lines. Eat all the stop losses that's shorting it. Take them. That's what it's going to do. It's a nasty creature. It's going to take out the stop losses because there'll be heaps of people shorting it here. I don't know why you would. You don't know what's going on with price action. There's 1,803, 1,803.80, 1,803.90. Look at it go. It doesn't care. It's taken out stop loss. I'm telling you, there are so many people short here. There would be. Look at it go. Damn. It's taken the stop losses out and crunching their leverage. It always does the same thing. And once you understand it, you actually celebrate it. and it's cool. It's cool when you celebrate it. I'm celebrating it right now with you guys because it's nice to be right. And it's nice to know that there's a lot of people selling here and they're selling at the incorrect spot. And the price action is actually telling them that. But they're using some stupid indicator that says, hey, stochastic overbought, man. It can remain overbought for ages. Don't use stochastic overbought. You get belted. You get belted. So yes, gold's going strong. Silver, oh yeah. 27.10. Woo. Anoop Sonpass. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Singapore $5. Hello Tom, please can you take a look at Barber on weeklies? If you draw a support line back from 2018 and a downtrend from recent highs, they cross soon. Like this. All right, we'll do Barber. Oh, look at gold. Yes. Take out all the stop losses. Get them all, boys. Send the algos. Nasty, nasty. Let's go over to Barber. So what am I doing? Support black from, okay, so weekly. So you want me to draw a crazy trend line. So I would prefer to draw that trend line. Okay. So that's from 2018. And then what are you saying? They cross soon. I mean, I feel like these are both fair draws in terms of you can go the support recently. These price action candles look hideous. And I thought that we would get, like, when I saw that weekly, I was like, that 240 was fake news. Because that was a horrible weekly. It's why I always go and check it out. Look at the moving averages and stuff. But if it gets above 240, I got all alerts set. I got every alert set. I got alarms in the command center. They're all ready for the flashing bells. But, yeah. Alrighty then. This one here looks flatly terrible. I mean, I couldn't buy it even though it's on support. That's the trend line I'm drawing, man. I'm not sure what you've got. You've got 100 MA, it looks like. Yeah, they're the two ones that I've got, and that's kind of what I'd stick to. I'd stick to this concept. It's now or never for Barber. It has to hold here, and I'm only really interested in it when it gets above 240. I want to see a 240 plus break and to show me that the market structure has found the base. And it's found that base pressure. So the US 100 just came back again. You'll notice that initial little bit of sell has kind of found a little bit of buying pressure. straight away there. There's still some stocks that are down here in the hyper stock side. Gold obviously just had that strong breakout. We watched it do it together. 1806 taking out those lines. And yeah, it was good. The Aussie guy calls into my favorite sports radio show. Nasdaq, I'm investing in the Gold Coast, not gold. Gold Coast, not that great, Johnny. A lot of bogans, man. Sorry if you're from the Gold Coast. Look, hey, it's a great place, but there is a little bit sometimes of some creepy people. I like going there for holidays, but I haven't been there in a while, so maybe it's improved. They built too many apartments, in my opinion. There were so many apartments. 1800 gold, SD, that's right. It went through. This is good. Hex, silver up 2.2%. Yeah, well, what would we say? Silver is the nut one, and gold is the next one. A few people like that one and a few don't. What the hell? Reddit lied to me. What do you mean, David? David Thompson, talk to me. What are you talking about with Reddit lied to you? What did they lie to you with? AMC or GME squeezing or something? I'm just watching this with you guys now. I know there's only 1262. We usually stop the stream about now, but it's just really interesting to see how fast and aggressive this move is. Because yes, the market's open. Yes, I understand. But it's only aggressive because of one reason. And it's not really that anything particularly is moving. Like, is dollar index moving that much? Let's have a look. Oh, it is. It's getting chunked. But this is really the sequence of taking out SLs, taking out those stop losses. And that's what interests me. It's that idea that we saw it in the price action. You go down into that 1 hour, 2 hour. We were talking about the rejections literally just 20, 30 minutes ago. We were talking about how things looked super strong and it just needed to make that little bit of a peak. And then bang, it takes it out. Derek 4 with 1,000,000 zeros for Hong Kong $25. Hi, Tom. So it seems Airbnb is letting go 25% of its global employees. I thought it was doing that anyway. You think it might drop below 140 for cheap entry? Thank you. Let's have a quick look at Airbnb. So I kind of like this stock as a recovery play concept. I even took a small nibble of it. Where was I? I was about here, I think, 172-ish. So I even took a small nibble of it on this one. And I kind of want more. I do kind of want more. It's not cheap. This stock ain't cheap by any means. But I kind of like the idea of owning it over a period of time. Does it go to 140 for you, Derek? I totally think it could. And that's because, look at it right now. It's 158 and it's in the middle of nowhere land. There's no supports left for it. I mean, there's this little wick. I don't know if that holds it. And this is the problem we've got in the market. You've got this recovery and then it just finds weakness again. And unfortunately now, yeah, I do think 140 is where it could go to, back down to where it was in January. Now, there is an earnings report coming up on the 13th, which I tend to think is going to be okay. Maybe better than the market is expanding. Now, I actually think this one's going to be okay. Do the Google Trends on it. You've got to continue to do the research here on Airbnb. And I think I will, so I'll share it with the stream, whatever I find. However, this 140, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We'll have to watch it over the next couple of days. Unfortunately, it's looking pretty brutal on these charts, though. Thank you as always, Derek. Appreciate your Hong Kong $25. Cheryl A, US $4.99. I'm a beginner at TA. What EMA and MA lines do you use? Great one. So we use the 50 exponential moving average. We use the 20 exponential moving average, which means they're basically faster. What exponential really means, guys, is it puts more weight on the most recent period. So a 20 means the last 20 periods of that time frame. In a daily, it means 20 daily candles. So EMA is more weight on the closest time frame. Then we use also a 200 SMA. Now, why do we use an SMA? Simple moving average, because we want to smooth 200, and I know for a fact the big guys do use those ones. So they use things like the 200 in their daily reports, etc., etc. Misinformation on the internet, says Franklin. No way. Yeah, of course. Mad Matt says Bogans everywhere. Just came back to Melbourne from there. If I was going to invest in businesses in the Gold Coast, I would buy number 1, a tattoo parlor. Number 2, a tattoo removal parlor. It would work quite well. And you guys know, if you're in Surfers Paradise, you know what I'm talking about. Probably like 40% of the population's got tattoos. Bradley Back says, I learnt what a bogan was last year. Damn hillbillies. Yeah, I guess it would be the same thing. Hey, bogans, I would say this. The people I went to school with, some of them were bogans. They have the best life. They don't care about anything. They don't even know what's going on in the news. It's awesome. They just fish and play golf and do whatever the hell they want to do. Drink beer. It's good. Put up the fence. I'm not putting no fence on anything today. PLTR going back over 21. Phew. Yeah, that's lucky. That's lucky. So we saw the gold break live. That's pretty cool. I think it's probably had its initial little boost up, but still on the way, hopefully, to the 1825 land. Thank you very much for the donations. As always, guys, Fastly is hammered, or Fastly is destroyed. If anyone hasn't been looking at the Fastly chart, few people shorting this in the room. Oh my God. Let me have a look at the room. Let me see if he's loving it. Where is he? Let me see if he's loving it. He hasn't mentioned it yet. I know he was shorting Fastly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the price action led the way here on this report for sure. Look at that. Nasty stuff, guys. Boom. Ooh. Closure occurs underneath any other price and then busts on down. This stock, what a absolute massive move to be dumped down. Oh my goodness. Bit for me to look over right now. All right, guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow for another stream. Thank you so much for the memberships. Thank you so much for the support. We've got 170 members. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the little new emojis. They're better than the other ones. And we'll see what goes on. All right, guys. Bye for now. Look at VET. All right, I'll look at VE Chain. Rob Skinner wants me to look at VE Chain. VET or VE Chain? Yeah, VET. All right. Is it VE Chain? Oh. Yeah. Okay, I got you, man. I got you. Let me come back. I'm coming back. All right, there we go. So, yes, this is pretty good. 4 hour here. Oh, it's looking for the breakout. And it's got good technicals behind it. How much percentage to the top? 24. Market cap. It's a pretty legit coin, this one. One of my mates, he loves it. He'll go crazy. I'll talk to him after the stream. He'll go crazy. He'll be watching it right now. You know if you're watching the stream out there, sir. 14 million. I can't remember what the ratio should be, but because of how crazy it ran last time, because of how legitimate VE Chain seems to be in this whole network, maybe it goes 20 bill. Maybe it goes 20 bill. Good luck, everybody out there. I'm going to go have a look at some of this stuff. There's crazy stuff going on, and we'll see you tomorrow for another one. Stonks going wild will be